sit there like this the whole time.
Huey.
Here I am making the sickest cones on the planet, but where have all the surfers gone?
They just don't remember they're surfers anymore.
Nick Fanning! Tell him to get his crew together to make the greatest surf movie in the universe. If he fails, I'm gonna melt his face off.
Remember, the future of surfing is depending on us.
The worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
So the cast in this movie is pretty much based first and foremost on who Nick had shot with over his career as a cinematographer, like one of the world's best. Because it was just going to be originally like tiny little skits, kind of like in between your traditional sort of surf movie format.
No one could kind of picture what it was, and because they're my mates, I think they kind of felt bad to say no. So they all agreed to be in it. We actually never showed any surfer the whole script.
Each surfer had their lines, and once you put it on one piece of paper, it was like a page and a half. Like, actually really didn't require too much work from anyone or a time commitment or anything. Didn't require them being on camera. So all we needed was a place that was sound booth enough to record their voices.
Fuck, he's gone weird in the head. But he's our only hope.
Some of them are recorded in cupboards. I'm talking about like putting a pro surfer in a cupboard, in the dark, with a phone so they could read their lines, so that the audio was good enough to use. Did some in cars, did some in other areas. But the cool thing was, it took them no longer than 20 minutes. And so if you think about that in the context of how long it took us to make this movie, it took 3 years to make. So 20 minutes of their lives. They had no idea what was coming. They didn't even know what the story was. They didn't know what it was even going to look like.
Freestone? Nah, man. I'm sticking razor blades. I don't know any surfer called freestone. Fuck this, I'm out of here.
Freestone? Nah, I'm Stinger Razorblades. I don't know any surfer called Freestone. I'm out of here.
Get to the end of making it when the trailer's coming out and people are starting to hear their voices on these silly little dolls with their dicks hanging out. And they're going, hey man, what the hell is this? Did I actually sign off on this? And we're like, yeah man, you signed it all right. You trusted us. But no, like as I say, like the humor of it, never mean. And it has a full heartbeat. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But I find that, you know, taking surfing too seriously is ridiculous as well. And that's really like what we wanted to encapsulate. That's why we knew that getting those guys involved was never really going to harm them.
It was one of the best days of my life.
Fuck, Stinger Razorblades. He's the greatest. How good's his music?
That's awful.
The character in the film who cops the biggest hiding is Jack Freestone, by far. And he was so up for it, so into it, and so good-natured and so fun about it all that it translated perfectly into the movie. Like, I don't know, I reckon he's the best character in the movie.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favourites.
So funny. Him and Wilco together could honestly, if we ever had time, like that would be the spin-off, the Wilco and Jack show, because they're so funny in it, and it's because Jack is so, he's just so earnest in it.
Dude, you are such a horrible person.
And Ronnie's psycho.
Man, he was a pro when we were doing the voices. As soon as we put it under Huey, it just suited it so much.
Here I am working my fucking ass off, making the sickest cones on the planet every single day, and for what? There's not a single prick out here to surf them.
This is the original unicorn right here. I think it was like $3 on special at a $2 shop in Ballina. So then I ordered these bodies off eBay, and like it fully feels like skin.
This mission is so important.
You're a dead set legend, mate.
How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bodies, and each body came with like 6 different sized dicks. So we had so many dicks to play with.
Yes! I love Burning Man. Clothes off, boys. Poo wherever you like. Anything goes at Burning Man. What?
I was on a bit of a budget, so I actually originally had 3, and I just kept swapping the clothes out. My mum made all the clothes for them. I got the heads. It took a few goes of making the heads look like as good as I thought. They originally made them all with closed mouths, but everyone just looks happy with their mouth open anyway, smiling. Kind of suits the movie.
Medina was in this movie, like cut, finished, voiced, everything, movie done, ready to get sent to post-production. And Nick had to send it over to his managers for a final approval. So he had a verbal, yep, I'm in it, all good, let's do it.
He was the only one that didn't sign a release form too. I kept trying to get him to sign it. He's like, oh, I'll sign it at the end. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna fully make it with you. Like, you promise you want to be in it? He's like, yeah, I'll be in it.
Blackout.
Oh no. And yeah, he just wrote back the next morning going, there's no way Gabby can be in this thing. I messaged Gabby, I was like, man, we've fucking worked on this for 2 years. He's like, I'm so sorry, man, but no. So then we got Ando in it, which was better.
Holy shit. That's Craig Anderson.
Wow!
It's true. I am Ando.
I don't know, I reckon Gabby's going to be freaking he's not in this thing.
Yeah,
It would've been amazing.
I showed Gabby on our last trip, and he told me he loved it. He was laughing. He didn't say anything like, I wish I was in it, but I could tell. I could tell.
You could tell.
Yeah, he was crying. Yeah, that was scary, showing the surfers for the first time.
Mick was like a big one, because he hadn't seen it. It had been getting around for ages. We had links, and Nick went on a boat trip with him finally.
Yeah, Mick wouldn't come to any premieres. We tried to get him to come to a couple. I got the movie, I went on a boat trip with him and all his mates that he grew up with from Cooley, and I was like, this is the best time to show him. And he's like, how long does it go for? I was like, hour and a half. He's like, are you fucking serious? I was like, how long did you think it went for? He's like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I was shitting myself, and he just laid back and watched it and just loved it. It was, yeah, he told me he loved it after it. I think I just had all this underlying anxiety until he watched it and told us that he liked it. Yeah. And Luke Hemsey too, getting him on board and filming that whole thing.
The greatest surf movie in the universe. See, this is real.
We actually were in talks right up until the end with Jonah Hill's PA. And I don't know if he saw it or not, but she was saying, hey, he's seen it, he's ready to go, like, but, and then, I don't know why or what happened, but it just kept dragging on and on and on. We went, we got to pull the plug. He might have pulled the plug on us. Pretty sure that's probably the way it went down.
Probably not.
But it worked out for the best, because even Luke got stitched by us, because he thought he was coming to do a voiceover. So he turns up to this place we've booked out. There's lighting, there's cameras, there's jigs, there's trolleys, there's dollies, there's grips, there's all that shit. And he goes, what's going on here? And we're like, man, you got to go to wardrobe, you're getting shot. He's going, oh, I'm acting in this thing. He had no idea that he was the only like true life character in it. It was sick, man. He just stepped up and smashed it out. It was awesome.
So I'm in 2023.
None of that makes sense. Please don't let logic get in the way of this film, because it will not work.
10 years from now, but I'm in 2030.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Best we don't think about it.
Are we going to talk about you know who being in it? Should we talk about you know who being in it?
Nah.
No?
I don't know, what do you reckon?
I don't know. Are we going to?
It's an Easter egg though, isn't it?
It's an Easter egg. Just say
But
it.
he's already in the trailer actually, so maybe we should clear it up. I mean,
Nah.
not clear it up.
Nah. There's a special guest in there. You'll find him.